Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good morning, 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's a beautiful Friday morning in Ocala. Thank you for tuning your radio to WOCA, The Source. You're listening to the show called AM Ocala Live, and we are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get an ice cream cone. They do have ice cream cones in there, and they got yogurt cones and all kinds of cones. It is 75 degrees, 93 is the expected high today. Let's see if there's any mention of rain. Oh, there is about a 30% chance of rain later in the day, like this evening. So nothing today, not till after the sun goes down. 92 tomorrow, about a 40% chance we'll see morning rain. So that nighttime rain becomes morning rain in that forecast. Sunday, about a 20% chance of rain with highs around 94. And Monday, 97 with highs, with 15% chance of rain. Good morning, Robin. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm okay.
Good.
New beginning, brand new, fresh day. Look at this out there, right?
I know.
Tomorrow,
it's gorgeous.
happy. Let's see. Tomorrow's the first day of the last month of the first half of 2019.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 6 months almost done.
Yeah.
Hard to believe, isn't it amazing? All right, let's see.
Amazing.
7:35. We will open up the phone lines and we will invite you to call in to talk to us about whatever's on your mind. Of course, we will tell you what's in the news. That's what we do, but we don't do it in a formal way from 7:35 to 8. We do it in an informal way, meaning we're going to offer opinions for what they're worth. We're going to express our thoughts. We're going to go on tangents. We may not stick on track, kind of go all over the map and sip our coffee. All of that about, right?
Exactly.
Today is National Goodbye Day. Galen Unal will be on with us at from Life South. Yep, the students at Harvard, I guess it was, right? Harvard decided that at the end of the school year, they should have a way to celebrate saying goodbye to one another, so they created National Goodbye Day, Robin.
Nice. I love that. How fitting. May 31st.
I have some good ways to say goodbye to your friends.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Good ways to say goodbye. Kind of bittersweet for me because I just lost a brother. And it's like saying goodbye, It's one of those things.
I know.
8:35 after Galen, we will talk about the news. We'll read the news. I'm sorry. It's called News Bites. We just read the news. We don't offer opinion. We don't try to be entertaining. We just do the news, okay?
That's right.
9:05, Jim George will be on the air with us. He's from ACS Group. He'll be talking to us about technology.
Of course. Jim's brilliant. We love him.
Isn't it amazing how quickly we adapt to technology?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was just a few years. I was a little bit reluctant, and I don't know if it was reluctant. You know what? It wasn't reluctant to use technology. It was reluctant to pay the price necessary to pay for a smartphone.
I know.
That's the reluctance. The reluctance was to pay for the phone, but it wasn't using the technology that I had reluctance.
That's right.
Let's see. Courtney Cole is a New York Times bestselling author. She's got a book called Mine.
Yes.
You might think he's yours, but he'll always be mine.
I know, it's great. He'll always be ...
Yeah,
I love that.
I guess it's not mine. Okay.
I love
Andrew McCalla is coming on at 9:50, so it's a short interview with Courtney. Andrew is the Director of International Programs, talking to us about hurricane preparedness. I've got the list of things that are tax-free, by the way, for hurricane supplies.
Yeah, we've already posted it on the Facebook page when you had it the other day.
Correct.
So
and thank you for doing that. And I'll just read it again just so we all are on the same page. Ocala Magazine Radio at 10:05. Philip Glassman will be here with Jesse Miller and other guests. We don't know who those guests might be, but they'll be here today.
Nope, they never sent us any emails to prepare us.
It's OM Radio. They have shortened their name from Ocala Magazine to OM. And keeping us up to date. Last week was, I liked last week's visit with them. They brought in Mr. Gaikwad.
Yeah.
And I can't remember his first name. I'm so sorry. But anyway, he gave us the information about the new hotel going up downtown, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
10:35, Michelle Lang is a competitive swimmer, and she's got a book called A Mermaid's Guide, Empower Your Child in the Water and in Life. There was a story this morning about a swimming teacher that got fired from her job because she left a child in underwater 2 minutes. Did you see that? You hear that?
No.
Yeah. Fortunately, that child is okay. But 2 minutes when the child was underwater, that's a long time. 2 minutes. Holy
that's a long
mackerel.
time.
Dr. and Master Peter Hudoba.
Yeah.
Talking about Shen medicine.
Yeah, he's like Master Okawa. He does all that.
It's going to be hard to understand
stuff. him. No.
Peter.
No.
Seems like an easy name.
Yeah, but he's into martial arts and all that energy healing stuff, taekwondo and hi-ya.
How come sheriffs don't have arts? Only marshals have arts.
I know. That's a pondering
deputies
question.
don't have arts? We should have deputy arts.
There we go.
Shen medicine is the name of the book. Changing medicines. Messages of illness to health as told by a neurosurgeon. And Midday with Joe kind of have a fun kind of a topic. Joe is an aficionado of the Disney World place.
Yes, he is.
And there was a mysterious note left by Walt Disney just before he passed away, and I want to share that with Joe when we get there.
Nice.
Maybe he already knows about it.
I bet he does.
If he tells me he does, then I'll just forget it. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump announces new tariffs on products from Mexico until that country does more to stop the flow of illegal immigration into the United States. He laid it out on Twitter.
On June 10th, the U.S. will impose a 5% tariff on all goods coming into our country from Mexico until such time as illegal migrants coming through Mexico and into our country stop. He added the tariff will gradually increase until the illegal immigration problem is remedied.
Fox's Rob Dawson. There's a report that a top North Korean nuclear envoy involved in the most recent failed summit with President Trump has been executed.
A South Korean newspaper citing unnamed sources reporting 4 others who worked on the failed Hanoi summit were also executed. The paper also reports that top aide Kim Young-chol was sentenced to hard labor, while Chairman Kim's interpreter was sent to a prison camp for making a mistake in translation.
Fox's Jessica Stone. This is Fox News.
I'm Angela Aranella, buyer for toys at Party City. I have 2 little girls. I'm working to show them that women can work and still be moms. They think actually I'm kind of cool because I buy toys. What am I working for? I'm working to make kids happy. There's really no better feeling than that.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
We've all read some surprising online reviews, whether scoping out a spot for vacation or trying to find the best happy hour. So why should finding software for your business be any different? With over 850,000 software reviews, make an informed decision with Capterra. Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best business software. From applicant tracking to workflow software, read reviews in over 700 categories from users just like you. Join the 4 million people that use Capterra each month. Find the right software today with Capterra. That's CAPTERRA.com/radio.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 34-year-old Maitland swim instructor has been charged with child neglect over the near death of a 3-year-old boy who slipped underwater for more than 2 minutes while under her supervision. The boy's family is suing the school for negligence. The Florida Highway Patrol says a sports utility vehicle backing out of a driveway hit and killed a 3-year-old girl who was riding a tricycle on the road. The Alachua County Health Department is warning of an unusual outbreak of the mumps with 12 cases of the illness reported. Central Florida is getting a new area code starting June 4th. Anyone getting a new cell phone or landline number in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties will get a 689 area code. Jacksonville Zoo officials are announcing the births of 4 critically endangered black and white ruffed lemurs. An Alabama woman had her high school class ring returned to her 17 years after losing it in the surf off of the Florida Panhandle. And Disney World has announced special resort rates for Florida teachers through September 3rd. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Sunshine and building clouds today and rather hot on this Friday with a high of 91 at the coast, 96 inland. Partly cloudy Friday night, low 72 inland, 77 at the coast. On Saturday, sunshine and some clouds. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in a couple of spots. The high 90 at the coast, 94 inland. Sunday, partly sunny, high again about 90 at the coast and 94 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10 a.m. on WOCA.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection of top brand scrubs with embroidery available and the newest medical shoes and accessories. Every medical provider should look as great as the care they provide. Scrub Paradise is just off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival in Ocala. Stop by today or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368. Personal chauffeur driver needed. Requirements? Must be a hard worker with excellent customer service skills. Maintain a clean, neat, and well-groomed personal appearance. Ideal for individuals looking for a flexible job to earn extra income. Contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. Again, for the personal chauffeur position, contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. All
right. Thank you, Joe. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Hey, Robin, they're looking for a chauffeur. Interesting. You can drive. You know how to drive. All right. The phone lines are open if you want to call in. The number is 622-WOCA, 622-9622. I've got a new article here. It says the 10 bathing suit trends everyone will be wearing this summer. Let me see if I'm going to wear any of these things. I won't be wearing that one. I won't be wearing that one. That third one I won't be. I like them.
Oh, my.
No way, Robin. There's no way you're going to wear these ones. Oh, no. Oh, that's a nice one. But I don't think I'll wear that one. Nope.
I got my bathing suit with my ruffles.
Nope. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with these bathing suits. It's just the word everyone. I have a problem with that word everyone.
Oh, yeah, because I can't wear those
they're leaving me out.
And things.
There's not one man in this whole lineup here, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. Well, gee.
They had completely left us out of the picture, us guys. We're not even in here. We don't care, though. We're fine with this lineup of bathing suits. Okay.
Exactly.
It's that time of year, by the way.
It is that time of year. I got my new bathing suit. I've been to the beach already. I just can't wait to go again.
All right. Hurricane Supply Sales tax holiday begins today.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've heard this before. You probably could tell me the list with your eyes blindfolded. But here's the deal. If you don't know, if you're new to Florida and you want to know what this is about, well, if you are new to Florida, this is a good thing to say. You don't take it lightly. The likelihood of you living in Ocala and having a hurricane devastate your home is very slim, but that doesn't mean it's non-existent. We've had hurricanes that have hurt us, knocked a lot of stuff down, tore up things, and just as importantly, hurricanes often spawn tornadoes. We've had certainly our share of those.
Mm-hmm.
So without even looking at the list, I can tell you there's no tax holiday on insurance, but just make sure you're covered. Make sure you have the insurance policies that'll protect you if that happens to you. Ask about flood insurance. You got to know this one. This is a lesson from 1994. Mm-hmm. Is that when it was, Robin? That's how long ago it was already?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I know, so long ago.
But anyway, the lesson learned was, and I don't know, somebody who's a professional in the insurance business would know more about this than me. And I'm not asking you to call in right now. Just go to your own insurance person and ask. But if you have flood insurance, just if that's all you see, flood insurance, you got to know, does it mean water from rain or water from a rising river? Or some kind of rising water. It's weird.
Technicalities.
And it's kind of unfair that they don't just come out and tell you, or maybe they do, just I guess to be fair to them. But you got to ask, what kind of flood am I protected from? A rising river or rain falling down that overflows the reservoir next to my house?
And that's what we're told. We're told that when you get that flood insurance, that sometimes it's not spelled out, and you have to make sure it's in there.
If you think it's any of the things, you got to ask, because it might simply be your bathtub overflowing, or maybe your bathtub overflowing isn't covered, and you think it is. The flood insurance part is really driving me nuts. Or if a tree falls into your house, right?
Right.
You might be covered for the tree. Hello.
Ooh, Avon calling.
Oh, this rings now. Okay, I didn't realize this rings. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hey.
As an insurance agent, a lot of people will use those two terms, inexchangeable, flood. A lot of people think if their washing machine overflows, that's a flood. If their toilet gasket, little thing, doohickey in the back gives way, that's a flood. Or their water heater breaks, that's a bursting of an appliance or overflow. Whereas flood, isn't covered under a homeowner's policy. Flooding, rising waters.
It never is.
Well, not under your traditional homeowner's policy.
I didn't
your
know that.
bursted pipes are, if you have that coverage in your policy. Certain policies don't have water damage. So you have to really know what you got.
Okay.
You have to go
Let me
through
ask
your
you
agent.
something. Linda, I have a specific question. In 1994, there were two hurricanes, right? Am I correct the right year?
Yeah.
And water came down from the sky.
Yes.
And then it rose in the reservoirs. And we had some houses in Ocala that had a lot of flooding from those reservoirs.
Right.
But they weren't covered even though they had flood insurance because it was from rain and not from a rising river.
Yeah.
Okay, homeowners' policies do not cover that unless you have the flood endorsement, which one or two companies now are letting you add. In a situation where there's a definition that FEMA and that has for flooding, and it has to reach that definition for it to be covered. It can't just be your house.
Okay.
The acreage has to flood.
Okay, and thank you for calling. What you're doing is you're showing us how confusing it can be, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, your homeowner's policy, the average homeowner's policy does not cover rising water. It covers bursting of pipes, overflow of appliances, if you have the water endorsement under your policy.
Does it cover
Some of the
rain?
older ones exclude that. So that it's real important that people just go meet with your agent and have them review your policy.
All right, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I know it is a lengthy topic, and I don't mean to cut Linda short, but we have other things to talk about. But she's exactly right, and what she demonstrated is how confusing it can be. That's why I kind of got stuck on that one just for a moment here, because the flood insurance part is something you got to ask about, and Linda would know more about it than me. Obviously, she's in that business.
Yeah.
But go to your person. Say, I want you to show me if it rains, am I covered?
Exactly.
I want you to show me if it rains and the reservoir rises from the rain. Is that the same thing as rain?
Yeah.
You got to find out. Am I covered if a river rises, but not the reservoir, because the reservoir is coming from a... There's all kinds of things, and she said that FEMA has definitions, so
yeah,
it is crazy. Okay, so here are the things that are covered, and if you're new to Florida, we didn't mean to scare you with that little conversation.
Okay.
It's a beautiful state, really. Just take a look outside. Well, we do have this one circumstance of hurricane, so...
Yeah, we do.
In Ocala, it is rare because we're so far inland, so that's a blessing for us all, right? But anyway, do get prepared. Let's see. You can buy reusable ice packs for $10 or less without paying taxes. You can buy portable self-powered light sources. They can be powered by battery or solar or hand-cranked or gas. As long as they're $20 or less, you won't have to pay tax on any of those lanterns, flashlights, etc. If it's $25 or less, you can buy a diesel or a gas fuel container. That includes LP gas containers and kerosene containers. As long as it's $25 or less, you will not be charged tax. This is for 1 week, right, Robin?
Yes, 1 week. Yep,
Okay.
tax-free week.
$30 or less, you can get rechargeable batteries, AAA batteries, 8 AA batteries, C, D, 6 volt, 9 volt. You get the picture. $30 or less, you can get a cooler or an ice chest as long as it's not electrical. I got to get an electrical one. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
I didn't either.
To the beach? What is it? Powered by batteries then?
I don't know, but then you get in the sand. I mean, is it going to go through the sand, or do you still got to drag it?
Just get ice. Just get some ice.
Yeah, just get ice.
$50 or less, you won't have to pay taxes on bungee cords, ground anchor systems, radios, weather band radios, ratchet straps. Well, that'd be a great name for a band, wouldn't it?
Ratchet straps.
The ratchet straps.
Yeah, that sounds so cool.
I think I'm going to start a band. Tarpaulins or tarps for short. Tie-down kits. Visqueen.
Yes, I love Visqueen.
I don't want to ask. All right. Selling for $750 or less. Portable generators. Tax-free, and that's the whole list. So there you go. And if you want to see the whole list, read it for yourself. I'm sure there are many places that are publishing that, including the Facebook page that Robin maintains. So it's on there. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? The swift actions of staff at Ocala Cluster Facility, coupled with fire suppression from a sprinkler system, diffused what could have been a high life threat situation at an assisted care facility. This is a news release from the Ocala Fire Department.
Oh, my.
Ocala Fire Rescue responded to reports of a commercial structure fire at 3200 Southeast 17th Street at 4:42 a.m. Yesterday morning, must have been. While en route, firefighters were informed that residents were being evacuated due to a light smoke and in the front of the building. Do we know this facility?
And what is the name of it again?
They don't tell you.
Oh. And where is it?
3200 Southeast 17th Street.
Southeast 17th Street. Oh, my gosh.
What that is?
Oh, that's what, Deerwood. Oh, it's around Deerwood if it's on the 3200 block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leon Redbone has died.
Oh, no.
Do you know Leon Redbone?
I don't know him, but I know his song.
You know his music?
Yeah, we watched that nice video on him.
Yeah? What song do you remember by him?
I don't remember the name of it.
Okay, I'm gonna play one I remember. He played, by the way, at the Ocala Civic Theater.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't remember names of songs. I just remember
he
songs,
had a very
so
distinctive.
It's embarrassing.
No, it's okay. He had a very distinctive
voice. Was that the Cherokee People guy?
No.
No, who's the Cherokee People guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. All right, but here's the one I always liked. It's I Want to Be Seduced, right?
Oh.
This is Leon Redbone. Can you hear it?
I can.
He played at the Ocala Civic Theater.
Yeah, he did.
He was 69 years old, by the way.
Gosh.
Okay, if you never heard him, listen to this voice. There you go.
Want a woman that take me out to dinner for two. Like to see her eyes get moody.
Yeah, we saw that video on
with the thought of what flirting ought to do. Like to be real cool. Better think about getting rid of me.
Oh, it's so sad that he's had a
It
pass.
is sad.
Leon Redbone, the blues and jazz artist whose growly voice, Panama hat, and cultivated air of mystery made him seem like a character out of the ragtime era, died yesterday at 69. No details were provided. There you go. He faded though. We didn't hear from him for a long time.
No.
Let's see. A Florida swimming instructor has been charged with child neglect over the near death of a 3-year-old boy who slipped underwater for more than 2 minutes while under her supervision.
Jeez.
News outlets report that Park Maitland school worker 34-year-old Jessica Kretz was arrested. She is the only instructor charged, although there were other instructors present, 3 of them to be specific. This happened in 2018. Maitland police say she was supervising the boy and knew he couldn't swim. Police released video yesterday that shows the boy losing his grip on a floating device and sinking beneath the water as teachers work nearby with other children. Kretz then notices the boy after 2 minutes and pulls him out of the water. The boy's family is suing the school. The school says none of those teachers will work for that school any longer. So.
And where were the parents? When I had both of my children in swim lessons at Perry Swim School, I was right there. I was right there, and so were the other parents. What's the matter with these parents? They just leave their children to be, in potential dangerous situations.
Oh, I see
Shame
the
on
phone
them.
ring. So I got to learn this new phone thing. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. A reminder for everybody in the listening audience. With your youngins in the swimming pool season, make sure they have life vests. That little plastic noodle isn't sufficient. Got to have life vests. When I was of that age, my parents had those big orange life vests for us, my sister and myself and my brother. They always work. The noodle, if it slips out of your hand, you're going down like a rock. But the life vest keeps your head above water.
Yeah.
And good morning to all.
Thank you, Jim. Good reminder there. I was out, I've told this story before, but I was swimming at Rainbow Springs. And the Rainbow Springs swimming area, there is no shallow end. It's all deep, right?
It is all deep.
The whole thing is deep. You go down, you get off the dock, and you're in the deep water. Unless you're really tall. There are a couple places where I can stand on my tiptoes and put my nose out of water, but I'm really tall. So most people,
not me.
Basically, you're going to be in overhead water, water over your head. So anyway, out toward the middle, it's absolutely impossible for me to stand. It's like 20 feet deep or so. And I was out there. It's a little bit of a swim. I mean, it's not that hard of a swim to get out there, but there was a young boy, maybe a teenager. I could tell he was struggling, and I had one of those noodles, and I broke my noodle in half.
Yeah.
And gave him my half, and it helped him, stay above water and help me. The half noodle still sufficed, Robin.
Yes, exactly.
We saw, by the way, in one of the local stores a noodle that double serves.
Yes.
As a cooler.
That's right.
Now, Rainbow River does not want you to bring canned drinks onto the river.
Alcoholic beverages.
Well, any canned drink, right?
Yeah, right.
But you can shove the cans into the inside of this tube. So it's a flotation device.
That's right.
Wait a minute. It's three things. It's a flotation device.
Yes.
It's a drink cooler. And it's also a trash can. Because once you're done with your drink, you can put it back in that cooler and take it to someplace more appropriate than letting it float down the river.
Yeah.
Or to the bottom of the river.
That's right. You have to be conscious of the environment.
But you're still going to get in trouble if they catch you drinking it on the river.
That's right.
Just so you know.
Exactly. It's at Walmart.
Say some prayers for this family. Oh, my gosh. I hate these stories. The Florida Highway Patrol says a sport utility vehicle backed out of a driveway. It must be near Tampa, and hit a 3-year-old girl who was riding a tricycle in the road.
Again, where are those
parents? Couple of questions here, but the questions imply judgment. The judgment is never necessarily a good thing. The important thing is to pray for the family and for the family of the child and the family of the person who hit the child. Obviously, it's going to be a hard time for all of them.
Exactly.
The Alachua County Health Department is warning of an unusual outbreak of the mumps. They say they've seen between 10 and 12 cases. They can trace them to sharing some drinking cups, it sounds like. And while that may not sound like an urgent call for a mumps outbreak, 10 to 12 doesn't seem like much, but believe it or not, that's a 500% increase from what they usually see, which is 0 to 2 cases. So
it
makes the news because of that.
Yeah, no, and don't share things. I mean, gosh, have your child have their own cup, for Pete's sake.
He's the college kids.
Oh, well, have your college kid have their own cup. Gee whiz.
He's the college kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you want to taste my new raspberry milkshake? It's good. Let me try you. That is good. Hey, try this. And the first guy's going, come on now. You know I have the mumps, don't you? What? No, you don't. I'm telling you. See my side of my face? It's all puffed out.
That's right.
Central Florida is getting a new area code starting on the 4th, June 4th. Anyone getting a new phone, whether it's a cell phone or a landline, in Seminole County, Orange County, or Osceola County will get a new area code. 689 is what it is. 689. The goose drank wine. The monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line.
Okay.
The line broke. The monkey got choked. And they all went to heaven in a little rowboat.
Alrighty then. There you go. Those are profound words.
You don't remember that song?
No, I don't.
Really?
It's coming back to me.
An Alabama woman, this is a good news story, so I'll just tell you in advance. Let her 14-year-old daughter wear her 1986 class ring to impress a boy during her spring break trip to Panama City Beach in 2002.
How's a ring going to impress a fella?
It's not. It is not. That boy couldn't care less about that ring.
No,
Cares about the girl wearing it, maybe. But anyway, so they were walking down the beach and it fell off her finger and lost her mama's ring. 17 years later, some guy snorkeling says, "What's wrong?" Trying to make sound of water.
I know, you did a good job.
What is that? Picks it up. Apparently it had her name on it. So he put it on Facebook, say, "Hey, does anybody know Regina Ham?" Well, it was shared 5,800 times, and it made its way to Regina Ham. Regina Brooks, actually, is what it said. Now her name is Regina Ham. But
nice.
People who knew her maiden name. Zoo officials in Jacksonville are announcing the births of 4 lemurs. These are endangered, critically endangered, black and white ruffed lemurs. You won't be able to go see them anytime soon because they are now bonding with mom and dad, which is kind of cool that the dad is part of the picture. You don't always hear that with wild animals.
No, And what zoo was that?
Jacksonville
Zoo. Oh, my gosh.
Jacksonville Zoo, where I watched 2 elephants mating one time. And when they were done, the male elephant laid on the ground and went to sleep.
Okay. That's familiar.
I said to the people next to me, I do that. And they did the same thing. They laughed.
I think all fellas do that.
Contrary to
yeah.
other jokes I may say, that one makes them laugh. All right, Disney has a good deal for you if you're a teacher or a school administrator. You don't need to be a teacher, Heidi. This doesn't matter to Heidi. She's already in on all that Disney stuff. But
she's a
anyway,
Disney aficionado.
so if you're a teacher, listen to this. I don't know if you have to be a Florida teacher, but hey, you are, so it doesn't matter. I mean, unless you're visiting from someplace else. But they have a deal for teachers. You can go to their website or call them up and find out exactly what this is. But it sounds like they have some really good rates for the resorts. You know, the resorts are uncharted territory for me because they always seem so expensive, right?
Well, $255 a night.
I know.
I've checked into them.
So the Wyndham Garden Lake Buena Vista Resort for teachers only, or teachers and school professionals. How about that?
Okay, there you go.
$75.
Wow, what a deal.
There you go.
That is a great deal.
So I'm going to give you the website that they gave me, and you, good luck. Have some fun. DisneySpringsHotels.com is the website.
There you go.
DisneySpringsHotels.com.
Just have a good time.
It's not every resort, by the way. I think there are 7 different resorts.
Well, I mean, gee, you know.
Here it is. 7 of the Disney Springs Resort area hotels. There you go. So it's all of those by Disney Springs.
Yeah, but it's wonderful. It's a wonderful, a wonderful opportunity. Gosh, jump on that baby.
Let's see. 4 Democratic candidates will participate in a presidential forum in Pasadena, California today, hosted by 3 immigration advocacy groups. Senators Kamala Harris from California and Bernie Sanders from Vermont, and former HUD Secretary Julian Castro and Washington Governor Jay Inslee are slated to take part in not a debate, but a forum, a conversation about their plans for bold immigration reform with directly impacted communities. So the question I would like answered by everybody in this conversation about immigration is, do you want there to be any rules? If you say yes, what do you want those rules to be? And if there are rules, do you want those rules to be enforced?
Exactly.
Okay.
Touche. Good for you.
So let's go back over my questions.
Yeah.
Do you want there to be any rules? Yeah, I'm sure nobody's going to say no to that. You got to have rules, right?
Right.
Well, what do you want them to be? I don't know what that answer might be, but let's say they are breakable, okay? Let's say the rules can be broken. Now, what do you want to do to the people who break the rules? Tell me the answer to that question, and let's see if we're all on the same page.
That's right.
I'm so tired of people just saying we're being unfair to the illegal immigrants. Okay, what do you want to do? What changes do you want? Not once have I asked that question and had somebody call in and tell me what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've told you what I think should be done. The one thing I think should be done, and I know you and I disagree on this. I think if somebody came here as a child, they're here illegally, but not through anything they did, and they've been productive, they went to school, they're working here, I think that person should be given a little break. I know you don't agree with me, but that kid did nothing. Now he's working as a firefighter or as a chef or as a street cleaner or as a McDonald's. Who knows what they're doing? But they came here as a kid, So I know you don't agree with that. The other thing I think is we need to really figure out a way to make it a little bit quicker. 20 years is what I heard it takes us to become a citizen. That's a little bit ridiculous. That's very ridiculous.
Yeah, it needs to be shorten up the time, but darn, if you're going to have rules, enforce them, and the general public should not scream about it.
All right, New York girl, let me tell you something. The trains won't be any less crowded, but people riding the New York City subway now have an easier way to pay. Starting today, riders will be able to tap and pay at subway terminals with contactless credit and charge cards from the likes of American Express, MasterCard, and Visa. Wow. And, of course, your mobile phone. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says he'll use trade to force Mexico's government to do more to stop people from sneaking from there into here.
The president says Mexico has 10 days to help stop the flow of illegal immigrants from Mexico into the United States, or a 5% tariff goes into effect for all goods coming from Mexico into the United States, one of its largest trading partners.
Fox's Leeuwen Vittert, Mexico's president, is asking President Trump to reconsider. And President Trump has approved a disaster declaration to get federal flood relief to people in Arkansas, where Governor Asa Hutchinson says
it's hard to imagine the magnitude of the flooding. It is difficult to comprehend.
It's bad along the Arkansas River in Oklahoma as well. Hundreds of people are in shelters. One climber is dead. 2 are hurt by falling rocks on Mount Rainier in Washington State. 3 other climbers were rescued unhurt. This is Fox News.
I'm Angela Aranella, buyer for toys at Party City. I have 2 little girls. I'm working to show them that women can work and still be moms. They think actually I'm kind of cool because I buy toys. What am I working for? I'm working to make kids happy. There's really no better feeling than that.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
We've all read some surprising online reviews, whether scoping out a spot for vacation or trying to find the best happy hour. So why should finding software for your business be any different? With over 850,000 software reviews, make an informed decision with Capterra. Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best business software. From applicant tracking to workflow software, read reviews in over 700 categories from users just like you. Join the 4 million people that use Capterra each month. Find the right software today with Capterra. That's CAPTERRA.com/radio.
Personal chauffeur driver needed. Requirements? Must be a hard worker with excellent customer service skills. Maintain a clean, neat, and well-groomed personal appearance. Ideal for individuals looking for a flexible job to earn extra income. Contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. Again, for the personal chauffeur position, contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 34-year-old Maitland swim instructor has been charged with child neglect over the near death of a 3-year-old boy who slipped underwater for more than 2 minutes while under her supervision. The boy's family is suing the school for negligence. The Florida Highway Patrol says a sports utility vehicle backing out of a driveway hit and killed a 3-year-old girl who was riding a tricycle on the road. The Alachua County Health Department is warning of an unusual outbreak of the mumps with 12 cases of the illness reported. Central Florida is getting a new area code starting June 4th. Anyone getting a new cell phone or landline number in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties will get a 689 area code. Jacksonville Zoo officials are announcing the births of 4 critically endangered black and white ruffed lemurs. An Alabama woman had her high school class ring returned to her 17 years after losing it in the surf off of the Florida Panhandle. And Disney World has announced special resort rates for Florida teachers through September 3rd. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Sunshine and building clouds today and rather hot on this Friday with a high of 91 at the coast, 96 inland. Partly cloudy Friday night, low 72 inland, 77 at the coast. On Saturday, sunshine and some clouds. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in a couple of spots. The high 90 at the coast, 94 inland. Sunday, partly sunny, a high again about 90 at the coast and 94 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
In my life, I've learned an important lesson. My age doesn't define who I am. I do.
Comfort Keepers believes in the power of joy and purpose at any age.
In my life, there is a Comfort Keeper.
Comfort Keepers, elevating the human spirit.
Call 855-592-0013 to find uplifting in-home care for the senior in your life. That's 855-592-0013.
Visit Southeastern Trailers today. We have new and used enclosed cargo and open utility trailers, along with built-to-order trailers. We service all brands of cargo and utility trailers, installation of hitches, wiring and electric brake controls, and installation of trailer accessories, with locations in Ocala and Ormond Beach to serve all of Central Florida. Call 1-888-622-1816. Again, that's 1-888-622-1816.
Hello, I'm Pastor David Moore of Grandview Baptist Church. You are invited to join us Sunday morning at 10:05 on WOCA. Let us together hear and feel the words that uplift and not tear down. I look forward to you joining us with Grandview Baptist Church this Sunday morning at 10:05. We are located at 233 Northeast 58th Avenue, Ocala, Florida on Baseline Road. You are welcome here.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the Villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10 a.m. on WOCA.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection of top brand scrubs with embroidery available and the newest medical shoes and accessories. Every medical provider should look as great as the care they provide. Scrub Paradise is just off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival in Ocala. Stop by today or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
All right, thank you, Joe. 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. It's Friday, Robin, last day of May, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have Galen on the phone, so he obviously has something he's got to... Oh, wait a minute. I spoke too soon.
Where is he?
Let me push the button. Hey, Galen. Good morning.
Hey, how are you? Sorry about that.
We went straight to the air. Where are you?
I'm heading to work today.
You what?
Heading to work.
Oh, heading to work. Okay, I just wasn't able to understand you. I was looking on your website because I didn't think you were calling in. I was trying to figure out how to use it now to find out where the Bloodmobile is. I'm a little confused by this new thing you got.
Oh, did it change?
Well,
I looked at it 2 days ago. And
okay.
Bloodmobile locator's still there.
Okay, well, for me, I don't look very often, so so I had to put in my zip code first, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so then I have the nearest date, June 12th. I don't see June 1st on here anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'll have to look at that.
Wait a minute. Here it is, but they're not in order. It goes the 12th, the 10th, the 9th, the 5th, the 2nd, the 9th, the 13th.
It does it the closest one to you.
Oh, okay.
And you have to put in the date that you specifically want.
Oh, okay. Okay. So anyway, so today it says you're in Denellen at the Walmart.
Correct.
Okay, I did your job for you right there. So how's everything?
Thank
you got something planned for the weekend?
Everything's good. I got a basketball tournament. So that's pretty much my life.
Did you stay in touch when you graduated from the different things, the many things you've graduated from in your life? Did you stay in touch with the people that you went to school with or when were in the Navy with? Did you stay in touch with most of those people or hardly any of them?
No, hardly any. There were a few I did, but not really. Because if you look back, when I graduate, I usually left here. So I left high school, went to Navy, left the Navy, was in San Diego, and then I went all the way back to, to college in St. Augustine.
Okay.
Left St. Augustine, went to Jacksonville. So, I always kind of moved on.
Is that right? I'm not bringing this up to bring anybody down. I want to just tell you that I was in Arizona because my brother had passed away a few weeks ago, and so I was in his shop. He was a mechanic, and I found a yearbook from when he graduated, 1970, right?
Yeah.
And I was reading some of the things people wrote, and pretty much everybody says we're going to stay in touch. Don't worry. And I'm thinking, boy, the only one who stayed in touch was my sister-in-law because she married my other brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we all think we're going to stay in touch, but we don't really, right?
No. And I guess now with Facebook and all the social media, I think it may be easier.
Okay.
For me, when I went to Navy, everybody wants to write, the letters. So, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So what about your son? He just graduated. Did he go through that, I don't know, what do you call it? It's not... That whatever.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Yeah, he was ready to go. Did he say goodbye?
He's ready to go.
Were you with him when he said goodbye to any of his classmates?
Oh, he still sees the people he still wants to see. So, you know what I mean? It's an interesting question. I have to ask him, but they're still in town till August, so
The Harvard graduating class of 1979 created a National Say Goodbye Properly Day. So that's today, National Say Goodbye Properly. So I have the ideas on how to say goodbye today. I'm going to share that with you. Okay. So if you ever decide to leave your job, if we ever decide to leave here, we have to figure out a way to say goodbye. It's going to be sad.
Exactly. It'll be real sad.
Yeah. Perfect. These are good people to work for.
Very good people.
So, all right.
And they're fun.
That's awesome.
So no, really it is. I mean, we make fun, we have fun, but but it's truly been a good experience. And you want to know something? That's kind of the history of this station, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. It is. The station is an icon.
So how is the blood supply today? Let's do that first.
Well, we're right at a 4.5-day blood supply, and bottom line is we need platelets. So please just get out there, give the life, and donate blood.
Yeah, donate blood. Did you hear that Leon Redbone died? Do you know who Leon Redbone is, first of all?
I don't even know who that is.
Really? I guess he was popular and then just disappeared, and nobody paid attention after that, huh? He played, he wasn't from here, but he played the Ocala Civic Theater one time. I remember thinking,
he did. Oh, really?
Yeah, it must, long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember his picture in the program and everything. It was really nice.
He had a song, Galen, called I Want to Be Seduced. Do you want to hear it?
Sure. Never heard of him.
Here it is. Listen. You're going to like his voice. Listen. You can't help but sing along with this one. Ready? Here, listen.
I want to be seduced Want a woman that take me out to dinner for two.
Anyway, so he passed away. Thank you, Palm Garden of Ocala, for sponsoring Galen's Daily Visit with us. If you are interested in finding out more about what they do, I can tell you this much. They are a skilled nursing, health, and rehabilitation center. So, not every one of those types of facilities can use those two words, skilled nursing, but they do qualify for that. That's good to know. They have therapists there who can help you with your walking, your talking, your swallowing, your lifting, your standing, your speaking. Did I say swallowing?
Yes, you did.
They've got all kinds of therapy there that is, top of the line, 21st century, whatever you want to say. And, of course, the people are very knowledgeable. And it's a long-term facility as well. If you want to go in there, perhaps for rehabilitative purposes, maybe it's going to take a month to recover from a heart surgery or knee surgery or something of that sort, they can put you up there. Or maybe even end-of-life care. And we don't like to think about that, but we do come to an end. It's National Say Goodbye the Properly Day, right?
That's right.
So go to Palm Garden, take a tour. They will show you around. They're at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. Go to Penn Flooring and thank them because they also sponsor Galen's Daily Visit with us. They're at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. They can show you how you can make your floor your office, or whatever. How does it go again? Your office or home more beautiful from the floor up. There
yes,
you go.
Exactly.
All right, how to say goodbye. You ready, Galen?
Let's do it. I don't know if this is some kind of sign. Maybe I did something wrong.
You did something wrong?
You're upset with me.
Me? Why?
Oh, that we're saying goodbye to you? We're cutting you off on Monday.
That's right. We got a 20 after for the rest of our lives.
You're going to have nightmares. You're going to be in the nursing home, and the lady's going to come in. Galen, I'm sorry, we have 20 after today.
Right before I die. Hey, I'm sorry. We have to cut your life short. We have 20 after.
We have 20 after today. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Got to pay the bills. I'm sorry. Got to pay the bills.
And then Robin will be like, "Oh, they're calling in."
That's right.
Got to pull the plug.
All right. First of all, the kids at Harvard say you don't have to come up with something original. Check out literature. Charlotte's Web has a great idea on how to say goodbye. Here it is. You have been my friend. That in itself is a tremendous thing.
Oh, yeah, because that's a pretty good
line.
That was right before she died.
That was a sad line, isn't it?
Yeah, because she's the spider and the spider dies. It's a good line.
Richard Bach, the guy who wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
Yeah.
But my favorite book of his is Bridge Across Forever.
Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful book.
And this is what he wrote. He wrote, "Don't be dismayed at goodbyes. A farewell is necessary before you can meet again. And meeting again, after moments or lifetimes, is certain for those who are friends."
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh.
That's a long goodbye.
I can't imagine saying that to one of my friends.
I can't either.
They'd be like,
I can't either.
What the heck is wrong with you?
I'm picturing the guy in Harvard with a drink in his hand saying that, and the other guy's going, "Come on, get over it."
I'm like, who the heck are you? Apparently, I need to hang out with better friends.
In Winnie the Pooh,
Robin would just say, "Look, we got a 20 after." We have to.
That's right. Here it is.
A. Milne in Winnie the Pooh said, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard."
Oh, that I like.
That's such a poo.
That's pooish, isn't it? That's so poo.
Did you ever see the movie Christopher Robin?
Oh, yes.
Is that the new one?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that one.
That was a great movie.
Such a great movie.
That really is a good one.
It's such a phenomenal job of it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love that one.
Yeah, I cried. I'll admit it.
Oh, good, because I did too.
I love Pooh Bear.
J.M. Barrie in Peter Pan wrote this one. "Never say goodbye because goodbye means going away and going away means forgetting." Well, sometimes we forget.
Yeah, sometimes.
This is attributed to unknown. We don't know who said this. "Goodbyes are not forever and are not the end. It simply means I'll miss you until we meet again." It's probably written by one of those Harvard students. I want to put my quote in there.
Exactly.
Put my quote in there. All right, we're not going to give you credit, though.
Yeah, no credit for you.
No credit for you.
That's pretty good.
All right, Helen Keller said, "So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. There you go. She's an amazing woman, isn't she?
Not as good as Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
that's
Winnie's
a good
better.
one. That's top of the list.
Winnie's the good. I mean, if they were going to quote me, it's easy. See you later.
Yeah, there you go.
See you later. I'm out of here.
That's right.
See you later.
We're done.
National Goodbye Day.
Yeah.
No,
follow me on Facebook. It'll be fine.
Here's another one. This is also unknown.
Yeah, but the goodbyes that hurt the most are when you don't know it's really goodbye. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a sweet
When
sentiment.
you know you're leaving, like if you've been staying with a friend, and you're like, all right, I'm leaving. That's different than when you just say, all right, bye, and you never see him again. That's a different one.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that is a sweet one. That's kind of like when you realize, and I've said this before, that you used to pick up your son all the time, and then you didn't pick him up anymore. But you do not remember the last time you put him down because you didn't realize it was the last time, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, he held your hand.
Yeah.
Or like your daughter held your hand. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Next time I'm with Alex, I'm going to ask him to hold my hand. Could you hold my hand? Because I don't remember the last time we did. Wonder if he would do it. I wonder if
but he's probably of the age where he would do it.
He probably would. He probably let me pick him up too.
Yeah.
Alex, let me pick you up. I haven't picked you. I don't know when I put you down last time. This way I'll know.
I don't know if you want to pick your son up. But
Why? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I pick him up.
He's a pretty big boy.
I know, but I'm bigger.
Well, you do have a really good relationship with a local rehab facility, so it should be fine.
That's right. I'll put a reservation.
Should be absolutely fine.
Hey, I could use some.
Jan, you got to call on line 1. Jan, help!
Between you and me, Galen, and us guys, all you ladies, just don't listen for a second. I could use some skilled nurses. You know what I mean?
I bet.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I say that, I think, they're walking in with a sponge, right? Time for your sponge bath.
Oh my gosh, this cost $1,000 in Vegas.
That's okay. It'll cost you 10 here.
All right. Let's see. This is another unknown. Good friends never say goodbye. They simply say, "See you soon." Oh, see you later.
Yeah.
See you later. Adios. There's no. Oh, Tom Petty. Here's one from Tom Petty. This has got to be from a song. Tom Petty wouldn't be quoted unless it was in a song. You and I will meet again when we're least expecting it. One day in some far-off place, I will recognize your face. I won't say goodbye, my friend, for you and I will meet again. That's got to be a song.
Has to be. I would think so.
Have you ever had that happen?
Down a dream. I don't know. Trying to think of which one.
Is that the song?
I think it might be.
Has that ever happened to you, though? It's happened to me. I've not seen somebody in a very long time, and then all of a sudden you'll be in Manhattan or whatever, and you'll say, "Wait a minute, did I go to school with you?" This happened to me on the train. It absolutely happened on the train. I was with you, Robin.
Yes.
And this guy, yeah.
Yes, it was amazing.
He said, "Remember when you painted your friend's car?" And I said, "Oh, I do
I
remember."
remember that.
Can you, again? Let's really, huh?
What did you paint it with? Now you got to tell the story.
Oh, it was enamel. Yeah. Well, okay. This was probably in the 60s. Mm-hmm. Had to be in the 60s, right? Okay. So my friend's father had a car that was from the 40s, and while a 20-year-old car doesn't seem like such a big deal, it was. And Galen, it
does.
It was top to bottom rust. So we said to his dad, "Hey, can we paint the car?" He said, "Go ahead." So we got some green paint, and we went out and we painted it. It looked nice. He came out and he said, "Oh, God!"
What color green? Are we talking like frog green?
It was green. It was the green you pick when you're a kid and you're trying to draw some grass. It was that green.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He came out, oh, gosh. He wasn't mad, though, but he did say, "Oh, God." And
Was it like, when you paint something that's not supposed to have that kind of paint, it turns out to be like 3 different shades? Was it 3 different shades of green?
I don't remember that, but what I remember was the rust actually caused the texture, so it almost looked like carpeting. It did.
Oh my God!
It almost looked like carpeting.
Oh God!
And the guy, and Mr. His name was Mr. Delancey. Mr. Delancey still drove it. I mean, he was fine. I don't know what his wife thought. She was so sweet, though, by the way. And and they owned a deli, and they were just the nicest people ever. And let's see, what I want to tell you. Oh, so that was 1960 something. I'm going to guess 68, maybe later 60s, 69. Okay. Fast forward. When did we go to New York? 2000.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2017.
Yeah.
I'm in a train going from Manhattan to Long Island, and there's no seat, and I have to stand by the door. And there's another guy standing by the door. He says, "Hey, do I know you?" And I'm thinking, "No, you don't know me. I live in Florida." He goes, "Wait a minute. Did you paint Mr. Delancey's car?" "Oh my God, yes, I did." That made an impression on you? So, isn't that funny?
It's funny.
The things you remember for.
And he was like 5 years younger than me. So, can you imagine? 68, I was 13. So, he was just,
Wow.
he wasn't even 10.
So what did you do when you got off the train? Did you keep talking, or did you?
We had 2 different stops.
Go, okay.
He got
See
off
you later.
Exactly. Yeah, he got off. I know where he got off too. He got off in Rockville Center, not Rockefeller Center. Rockville Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where he got off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that
You
was cool.
shake his hand? Did you know who he was?
No, but he knew people I knew, but he would have been when you were 12 or 13. 5 years is a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's massive.
You don't know little
He
kids.
would know you, but you wouldn't know him.
Correct. This is what happened.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, plus I had apparently a reputation of being the guy who painted the car.
Well, you're obviously. You went from cars to benches. When
the movie Easy Rider came out, it was rated R or M. I can't remember what they called it at that time, but the rating indicated there might be nude women in it. And so his son Robert and I, his son and I said, we got to go see this movie. But we don't want to see it on Long Island because we're going to get in trouble if somebody sees us coming out of the theater. So we go into the city where nobody cares how old you are, and we go in underage to this movie. And it was not a dirty movie in any way. I don't know why it was rated that.
No.
But
because I guess there was gang violence or something.
I don't know what it could have been. But anyway, I fell in love with the music because that's like one of the best soundtracks ever.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And he fell in love with motorcycles. So, yeah, he did. And so he bought a motorcycle like right away. He went out and got one, but he wasn't old enough to drive, let alone drive it on the street. So he went to his artist friend, Larry, and said, "Can you paint me a license plate that looks real?" And I said, "Sure." So my art skills helped out the Delancey family twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're indebted to you for life.
That's funny.
That's awesome. That is good stuff.
Oh, my gosh. All right. I guess we're done with the goodbyes. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile? Even I could find it. Oh, it's in Dunellen, isn't it?
You already did. You already did, Dunellen Walmart. So, and again, just please get out there, give the gift of life. It's June, so this becomes a really difficult time of the year for us. So just get out there, donate, and, talk about, or ask about doing a double, whether that's a double red cell or maybe even doing platelets for the first time. And just please, just give the gift of life and donate blood.
Yeah, very good. Save some lives. You will save some lives.
Yes.
If you're afraid to do it, I was too. Let me tell you something. All you got to do is do it, and you won't be afraid. Maybe the second and third time you'll still be afraid, but after a while it becomes run of the mill, easy to do. All right, have a great weekend. Thank you for everything you do.
You guys are the best.
All right.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back.
In my life, I've learned an important lesson. My age doesn't define who I am. I do.
Comfort Keepers believes in the power of joy and purpose at any age.
In my life, there is a Comfort Keeper.
Comfort Keepers, elevating the human spirit.
Call 855-592-0013 to find uplifting in-home care for the senior in your life. That's 855-592-0013.
Visit Southeastern Trailers today. We have new and used enclosed cargo and open utility trailers, along with built-to-order trailers. We service all brands of cargo and utility trailers, installation of hitches, wiring and electric brake controls, and installation of trailer accessories, with locations in Ocala and Ormond Beach to serve all of Central Florida. Call 1-888-622-1816. Again, that's 1-888-622-1816.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember? What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Personal chauffeur driver needed. Requirements? Must be a hard worker with excellent customer service skills. Maintain a clean, neat, and well-groomed personal appearance. Ideal for individuals looking for a flexible job to earn extra income. Contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. Again, for the personal chauffeur position, contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says he'll use trade to force Mexico's government to do more to stop people from sneaking from there into here.
The president says Mexico has 10 days to help stop the flow of illegal immigrants from Mexico into the United States, or a 5% tariff goes into effect for all goods coming from Mexico into the United States, one of its largest trading partners.
Fox's Lewan Vittert, Mexico's president, is asking President Trump to reconsider. And President Trump has approved a disaster declaration to get federal flood relief to people in Arkansas, where Governor Asa Hutchinson says
it's hard to imagine the magnitude of the flooding. It is difficult to comprehend.
It's bad along the Arkansas River in Oklahoma as well. Hundreds of people are in shelters. One climber is dead. 2 are hurt by falling rocks on Mount Rainier in Washington State. 3 other climbers were rescued unhurt. This is Fox News.
I'm Angela Aranella, buyer for toys at Party City. I have 2 little girls. I'm working to show them that women can work and still be moms. They think actually I'm kind of cool because I buy toys. What am I working for? I'm working to make kids happy. There's really no better feeling than that.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
We've all read some surprising online reviews, whether scoping out a spot for vacation or trying to find the best happy hour. So why should finding software for your business be any different? With over 850,000 software reviews, make an informed decision with Capterra. Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best business software. From applicant tracking to workflow software, read reviews in over 700 categories from users just like you. Join the 4 million people that use Capterra each month. Find the right software today with Capterra. That's CAPTERRA.com/radio.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 34-year-old Maitland swim instructor has been charged with child neglect over the near death of a 3-year-old boy who slipped underwater for more than 2 minutes while under her supervision. The boy's family is suing the school for negligence. The Florida Highway Patrol says a sports utility vehicle backing out of a driveway hit and killed a 3-year-old girl who was riding a tricycle on the road. The Alachua County Health Department is warning of an unusual outbreak of the mumps with 12 cases of the illness reported. Central Florida is getting a new area code. Starting June 4th, anyone getting a new cell phone or landline number in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties will get a 689 area code. Jacksonville Zoo officials are announcing the births of 4 critically endangered black and white ruffed lemurs. An Alabama woman had her high school class ring returned to her 17 years after losing it in the surf off of the Florida Panhandle. And Disney World has announced special resort rates for Florida teachers through September 3rd. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Sunshine and building clouds today and rather hot on this Friday with a high of 91 at the coast, 96 inland. Partly cloudy Friday night, low 72 inland, 77 at the coast. On Saturday, sunshine and some clouds. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in a couple of spots. The high 90 at the coast, 94 inland. Sunday, partly sunny, a high again about 90 at the coast and 94 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
In my life, I've learned an important lesson. My age doesn't define who I am. I do.
Comfort Keepers believes in the power of joy and purpose at any age.
In my life, there is a Comfort Keeper.
Comfort Keepers, elevating the human spirit.
Call 855-592-0013 to find uplifting in-home care for the senior in your life. That's 855-592-0013.
Hello, I'm Pastor David Moore of Grandview Baptist Church. You are invited to join us Sunday morning at 10:05 on WOCA. Let us together hear and feel the words that uplift and not tear down. I look forward to you joining us with Grandview Baptist Church this Sunday morning at 10:05. We are located at 233 Northeast 58th Avenue, Ocala, Florida on Baseline Road. You are welcome here.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 25 minutes before 9 o'clock, it's time for News Bites. This is the portion of AM Ocala Live when Robin and I read the news, keep our opinions to ourselves. We do not try to be entertaining in any way. We don't take phone calls, and we also don't read the whole story. We'll tell you where we're getting it from so you can read the whole story. What we do is read the first paragraph or two. It gives you the gist of what the story is about, and then we move on to the next one. By doing it that way, we get between 25 and 30 stories into this segment. We don't offer opinions, even if we disagree with an opinion that seems to be embedded into a story, maybe by an editor, maybe by a journalist, who knows, but it does happen, and we do not comment on anything in these stories for the next 25 minutes. If you are a radio listener who likes when your radio host offers opinions, don't worry, we do that elsewhere in the morning, just not for these 25 minutes. We have made a decision a few years ago to deliver news for 25 minutes each weekday morning the way we're doing it right now. It has become really popular. If you would like to sponsor this segment and take advantage of some of the popularity of this, the fact that you have a lot of listeners right now, you need to call the radio station at 732-8000 and the salesperson will tell you how you do that, how that all happens. But for Robin and I, we just read the news. Let's see, we try to cover all the geographical places where the news might come from. That would be Ocala, the state of Florida, the nation, of course, the world, and sometimes outer space. We also try to cover all the different genres of news. So political stories are in the mix. The first one is one like that, and all of the other different genres. So let's just begin, and then you can get on with your own life and live your own news. The first one is from the Thomson Reuters News Agency. President Trump, incensed by a surge of illegal immigrants across the southern border, vowed yesterday to impose a tariff on all goods coming from Mexico, starting at 5% and ratcheting higher until the flow of border crossers ceases. Trump's move was a dramatic escalation of his battle to control a tide of illegal immigrants that has increased despite his efforts to build a border wall and take other steps. Trump said in a statement the tariffs would start at 5% on June 10th and increase monthly until reaching 25% on October 1st, unless Mexico takes steps to halt the thousands of people crossing from Central America through Mexico to the United States border.
Police are investigating the attempted murder-suicide at a home in Sanford, Florida. Officers said a man had a gun when he walked into a home with children inside. Sanford police are not releasing much information on this shooting. They are choosing not to give out the names of the shooter and the victim. The Sanford police say a man showed up to his ex-girlfriend's home on West 11th Street with a gun. He shot her and then killed himself with the same weapon. The victim is expected to recover. Neighbors said the woman who was shot has children who were inside the home at the time of the shooting. One neighbor said the shooter and the victim had children together. Investigators put evidence markers on a car that neighbors believe belonged to the gunman. It was parked a short distance from the home, reported by WESH-TV2.
From CBS News, Attorney General William Barr said in an interview this morning that he does not think Obama-era Department of Justice officials overseeing the Russia investigation committed treason. He said he says, as a legal matter, he does have concerns about how they conducted the probe. He said, quote, sometimes people can convince themselves that what they're doing is in the higher interest and better good. Barr made that statement on CBS's This Morning to chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford.
A 5-month analysis is suspending a growing number of healthcare workers for defaulting on student loans. The U.S. Department of Education estimates Americans are past due on more than $1.5 trillion worth of student loan debt, with Florida ranking in the top 10 states with the most number of defaulted loans. A state statute allowing the Florida Department of Health to suspend medical licenses for defaulting on a student loan has gotten little attention until recently. Florida lawmakers first passed a bill in 2002. From that point until the fiscal year ending in June 2017, there were a total of 31 medical licenses suspended due to student loan defaults. Then came the surge. In the past 2 fiscal years, extending from July of 2017 to the present, the Florida Department of Health has suspended at least 128 medical licenses because of the student loan defaults. Nearly as many, 145 medical licenses, were revoked in the same time period because of criminal charges being filed against other license holders, reported by the Florida News Network.
From a news release that was sent to different news media, including WOCA, so I'm reading directly from the news release. It's probably being rewritten and posted on the different sites, the Star Banner, for example, but this one is the actual news release. It says the swift actions of staff at Ocala Cluster Facility, coupled with fire suppression from a sprinkler system, diffused what could have been a high life threat situation at an assisted care facility. Ocala Fire Rescue responded to reports of a commercial structure fire alarm at the 3200 block of Southeast 17th Street at 4:42 a.m. While en route, firefighters were informed that residents were being evacuated due to light smoke in the front of the building. Upon arrival, firefighters encountered a single-story multi-unit residential structure with moderate smoke showing. After making entry to the building, firefighters identified an active sprinkler head in the attic. Pulling ceiling tiles, crews gained access to the sprinkler head and verified fire extinguishment. Without fire extension to pursue, firefighters proceeded to ventilate the building.
Changes will soon be coming to all Florida driver's licenses after the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles announced yesterday the department will be adding additional security features to the cards beginning this month. The most noticeable changes include removing the black magnetic strip off the back of the card and adding a tactile security feature to the bottom right-hand corner. The tactile security feature being added will include a bump, which means you will be able to distinguish if an ID is real or fake just by touching it. The new change comes just 2 years after Florida completely redesigned the driver's licenses. Currently, the new license is being issued at various DMV locations throughout the state. By the end of August, they will be available at all service centers, but there's no need to rush to get the license. The one you have currently is still good until it expires, reported by Fox 13.
From USA Today, the license for the last abortion clinic in Missouri expires today. Planned Parenthood sued the State Department of Health and Senior Services earlier this week, accusing it of unlawfully refusing to renew the St. Louis clinic's license over demands to interview physicians for the investigation. Missouri Governor Mike Parson defended the investigation into the facility and urged a judge not to intervene. If the license is allowed to lapse, Missouri would become the only state in the country without a licensed abortion provider. The controversy comes at the same time that several states, including Missouri, have passed conservative laws aimed at restricting access to abortion.
A retailer is turning heads online and hoping to turn heads on the beach with an unusual new garment, the Jean Doe blue jean swim briefs for men. The swimsuit, available from online retailer Shine Z, is designed to resemble a drastically cut down pair of jeans. The website acknowledges the $39.99 garment might not be to everyone's aesthetic taste. The site says it is like eating a bag of chips in church. Everyone looks over at you with disgust, but deep down they want some too. The website also offers a fall denim one-piece swimsuit for women that resembles a pair of overalls without pant legs, reported by UPI.
From the Associated Press, a fourth grade teacher in northern New York school district has been placed on administrative leave after being accused of having white students bid on black classmates during a mock slave auction. The mother of one of the black students told WWNY the incident happened Tuesday at North Elementary School in the Watertown City School District. A statement from the school district said the teacher had been placed on leave during a district investigation launched after parents complained she had exercised poor judgment in teaching a recent lesson.
Labeled a threat and held at a mental health facility against your will, a Spectrum News 13 watchdog investigation has found this situation happening to thousands of children every year in Florida, including many who are younger than age 10. Data from the Department of Children and Families indicate that the number of children being held under the Baker Act has jumped more than 118%. Some families said that the people with the power to hold someone else under Baker Act are not getting enough training, reported by Spectrum News 13.
From the Associated Press, a South Korean newspaper reported this morning that North Korea executed a senior envoy involved in nuclear negotiations with the United States, as well as 4 other high-level officials. But as ever with North Korea, a country that closely guards its secrets, there are reasons to be cautious about the purported purge. While North Korea has not used its propaganda services to comment, the report in the conservative Chosun Ilbo Daily could be true. North Korea has previously executed scapegoats to atone for high-profile political flops, and the most recent summit between leader Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump ended in failure, leaving Kim embarrassed on the world stage.
8 spellers were better than the dictionary. They were better than anything the Scripps National Spelling Bee could throw at them, and they all ended up with a hand on the trophy. In the most extraordinary ending in the 94-year history of the competition, the Spelling Bee ended in an 8-way tie last night. The 8 co-champions spelled the final 47 words correctly, going through 5 consecutive perfect rounds. Each will get the full winner's prize of $50,000 in cash. Their names are Rishak Gantarsi, Aaron Howard, Seka Sundar, Shrutika Pati, Shoham Sakatantkar, Abhijay Kodali, Christopher Serrero, and Rohan Raja. I tried. Reported by the Associated Press.
From USA Today, the trains won't be any less less crowded, but folks riding the New York City subway now have an easier way to pay. Starting today, riders will be able to tap and pay at subway terminals with contactless credit and charge cards from the likes of American Express, MasterCard, and Visa, and via certain mobile devices, including Android phones with Google Pay and the iPhone or Apple Watch with Apple Pay. The tap and pay rollout is limited to the 4, 5, 6 subway lines between Manhattan and Brooklyn on Staten Island buses. The goal is to cover the entire MTA system by October of next year.
The House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Reform is set to hold a hearing on a bill proposing that Washington, D.C. be recognized as the nation's 51st state. District Mayor Muriel Bowser and Democrat Eleanor Holmes Norton yesterday announced the July 24th hearing. The bill seeks to have the city admitted to the union on equal footing with the other states. It calls for district-wide elections of 2 senators and 1 House representative. It says all district territory will be included in the declaration, save for specific exclusions of federal buildings and monuments, such as the White House, reported by the Associated Press.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back after this.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection of top brand scrubs with embroidery available and the newest medical shoes and accessories. Every medical provider should look as great as the care they provide. Scrub Paradise is just off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival in Ocala. Stop by today or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
Visit Southeastern Trailers today. We have new and used enclosed cargo and open utility trailers, along with built-to-order trailers. We service all brands of cargo and utility trailers, installation of hitches, wiring and electric brake controls, and installation of trailer accessories, with locations in Ocala and Ormond Beach to serve all of Central Florida. Call 1-888-622-1816. Again, that's 1-888-622-1816.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember. What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
Personal chauffeur driver needed. Requirements? Must be a hard worker with excellent customer service skills. Maintain a clean, neat, and well-groomed personal appearance. Ideal for individuals looking for a flexible job to earn extra income. Contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. Again, for the personal chauffeur position, contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com.
Thank you, Joe. 10 minutes now before 9 o'clock. Let's return to News Bites. The next story is from USA Today. 4 Democratic candidates will participate in the presidential forum in Pasadena, California today, hosted by 3 immigration advocacy groups. Senators Kamala Harris from the state of California, Bernie Sanders from the state of Vermont, and former HUD Secretary Julian Castro and Washington Governor Jay Inslee are slated to take part in a conversation about their plans for bold immigration reform with directly impacted communities, the event's website states. As USA Today reporter Alan Gomez notes, most Democratic candidates have decried the most extreme aspects of President Donald Trump's immigration strategy, blasting his family separation policy and vowing to reverse his decision to end protections for DACA recipients, DACA standing for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival.
A Seattle man took exception to a car share vehicle that was parked without permission at his duplex, so he built a fence around it. Dan Smith doesn't know who parked the car-to-go Mercedes on May 17th, but it was not one of his tenants. By the next day, he had erected the barricade, preventing other customers from using the vehicle. He wants Share Now, the company that operates car-to-go, to pay $65 a day in storage fees, $300 $1,000 for the fence and up to $500 for harassment fees. The company says it has been unable to remove the sedan because of the fence. Its policy requires customers who park in unapproved areas to pay any towing and ticketing fees. The company says it does not tolerate having its vehicles held for ransom, reported by the Associated Press.
From the Thomson Reuters news agency, Amazon.com is interested in buying prepaid cell phone wireless service Boost Mobile from U.S. carriers T-Mobile US Incorporated and Sprint Corporation. Two sources familiar with the matter said yesterday Amazon is considering buying Boost mainly because the deal would allow it to use T-Mobile's wireless network for at least 6 years. One of the sources said Amazon would also be interested in any wireless spectrum that could be divested. Amazon declined to comment. T-Mobile and Sprint did not immediately respond to requests for comment either.
The Pokemon Company announced it is teaming with a wedding planning firm in Japan to offer themed ceremonies featuring the franchise's monsters. Wedding planning company Escrete and the Pokemon Company said they recently held the very first officially licensed Pokemon-themed wedding, which featured appearances from 2 Pikachu mascots dressed as a bride and groom. Photos shared by the Pokemon Company show Pokemon-themed food items at the ceremony, including a cake with a Pikachu cake topper. The package also includes a marriage certificate laden with Pokemon imagery, reported by UPI.
From Bloomberg News, Hillary Clinton and her daughter Chelsea are forming a production company to pursue film and television projects, making a foray into Hollywood after decades in the public eye. The two have spoken to studios about financing a pipeline of programs. According to people familiar with the matter, they would give a studio first crack at releasing the projects, said the people, who asked not to be identified because the discussions are at an early stage. The family hopes to use film and television to influence culture and society now that Hillary Clinton is out of politics. They plan to focus on stories by and about women. The production company is one of many potential business opportunities that Hillary Clinton, who is 71 years old, is considering. Hillary previously signed on to help produce a TV show with Steven Spielberg. That series, titled The Woman's Hour, is an adaptation of a book about activists who fought to earn women the right to vote.
A group of 1,036 migrants from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador that crossed the border illegally in El Paso, Texas, is the largest the Border Patrol has ever encountered, the agency said yesterday. The Border Patrol said it has found 180 groups of more than 100 people since October, compared to 13 in the previous 12-month period and 2 the year before, reported by the Associated Press.
From Newsmax.com, CNN's ratings continue to slide, and the network found its daytime audience nearly 3 times smaller as that of Fox News in May. Mediaite cited figures from Nielsen that show the first ever 24-hour news channel is struggling to find and maintain viewers. The day category, for example, saw CNN earn 533,000 viewers. That is compared to 912,000 viewers for MSNBC and 1,342,000 for Fox News.
A Florida woman was arrested after whipping her 26-year-old stepson with a belt for being late. After missing his midnight curfew, the Largo woman told her stepson she would either tell his father or he could endure the licks. The stepson chose to receive the licks and was hit 11 times on the buttocks with a leather belt before asking the woman to stop. She allegedly responded by telling him that he had 19 more lashes coming. She lives with her stepson and his father. She was charged with domestic battery and admitted to striking her stepson, but denied he ever asked her to stop, reported by Jacksonville.com.
From the Florida News Network, Disney has a pretty sweet deal for teachers when school is out this summer. From now until September 3rd, those in the teaching profession are eligible for a special discounted room rate at 7 of the Disney Springs Resort area hotels located at Walt Disney World in Orlando. The discount is good for all educators, from administration professionals to daycare workers. It's part of Disney's teacher appreciation rates. According to DisneySpringsHotels.com, teachers can stay at the Wyndham Garden, Lake Buena Vista Buena Vista for rates starting at $75. In addition to staying at Disney property, guests get free shuttle buses to the parks every half hour, extra magic hours to spend more time at the parks, and access to Fast Pass Plus 60 days before your trip, so you can book a spot on your favorite ride with no wait.
A man enjoying the view from his Florida vacation condo captured video of an oblivious swimmer being circled by a shark. Stan Battle said he was on the 28th floor balcony of the vacation condo in Panama City Beach on Wednesday when he noticed a shark in the seagrass. Battles recorded it as the shark began to circle a nearby swimmer. The video shows someone eventually notices the shark and yells a warning, causing the swimmers, including the woman being circled, to head toward the shore. Battle said he showed his footage to the surprised swimmers. No injuries were reported.
From the Florida News Service, Central Florida is getting a new area code starting June 4th. Anyone getting a new cell phone or landline number in Orange, Osceola, or Seminole counties will get a 689 area code. Parts of Lake and Volusia counties will also be covered by the 689 code. Officials say the current 407 and 321 area codes are running out of numbers. The Florida Public Service Commission approved the change last year for the fast-growing area. Existing customers will see no changes.
A local mother walked the stage on behalf of her son last night. The teenager was shot and killed earlier this year, and his school honored him at graduation. During last night's graduation ceremony for Flagler Palm Coast High School, the school honored their classmate Curtis Gray by giving his mother an honorary diploma. Superintendent James Tager presented Curtis's mother with the honorary diploma. Carmen Gray said, "I have a myriad of emotions and the vacillate. You know, I'm happy to be able to do this. I'm honored that the school district is making exceptions to do this." Curtis Gray was shot and killed by another teenager back in April, reported by WESH TV2.
From the Florida News Network, Florida zoo officials are announcing the births of 4 critically endangered black and white ruffed lemurs. Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens posted on Facebook Wednesday that the 4 male lemurs were born May 19th. It's the 3rd litter for their parents, Hawk and Potter. The Facebook post says Hawk has proven herself again to be a calm and capable mother with excellent instincts. The infants are still bonding with their family and won't be on display for the immediate future.
Andrew Gillum's failed Florida gubernatorial campaign is reportedly the subject of a federal grand jury subpoena seeking documents related to his ties to a wealthy Connecticut donor and a charity he worked for during his time as mayor of Tallahassee. The FBI probe has been going on for months. They're examining Gillum's time serving as mayor of Tallahassee and his connection to lobbyist and longtime friend Adam Corey, reported by the National Review.
From USA Today, one of Disneyland's most anticipated new attractions ever, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, opens today to guests clamoring to travel to a galaxy far, far away. The 14-acre attraction, which is set in the smuggler's haven known as Black Spire Outpost, is an interactive experience where guests can meet a multitude of shady characters, stormtroopers, and members of the Resistance.
California regulators yesterday approved allowing utilities to cut off electricity to possibly hundreds of thousands of customers to avoid catastrophic wildfires like the one sparked by power lines last year, reported by the Associated Press.
And finally, from USA Today, in the years since HBO's Deadwood was canceled in 2006, the story of the show's potential return became almost as mythic as the acclaimed Western. Today, the myth becomes reality in Deadwood, the movie, which comes on HBO tonight at 8 p.m. That's all the time we have for News Bites. Jim George is next, going to answer your questions about all things technological in nature. How many stories today, Robin?
32.
We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says in 10 days he'll hit Mexican imports with 5% tariffs if more isn't done there to stop illegal immigration here.
White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says it'll go up to 10% on July 1st and then
15% on August 1st, 20% on September 1st, and 25% on October 1st.
Mexico's trade negotiator calls the tariffs disastrous and grave.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. A Navy SEAL, Edward Gallagher, accused of murdering an injured teenage prisoner of war in Iraq 2 years ago, is set free ahead of his trial.
A military judge saying Navy prosecutors were interfering with Gallagher's right to counsel. Gallagher's attorney going so far as to ask for the entire case to be thrown out, accusing prosecutors of embedding tracking software in emails trying to root out leaks to the media.
Fox's Todd Pyro. This is Fox News.
I'm Angela Aranella, buyer for toys at Party City. I have 2 little girls. I'm working to show them that women can work and still be moms. They think actually I'm kind of cool because I buy toys. What am I working for? I'm working to make kids happy. There's really no better feeling than that.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
We've all read some surprising online reviews, whether scoping out a spot for vacation or trying to find the best happy hour. So why should finding software for your business be any different? With over 850,000 software reviews, make an informed decision with Capterra. Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best business software. From applicant tracking to workflow software, read reviews in over 700 categories from users just like you. Join the 4 million people that use Capterra each month. Find the right software today with Capterra. That's CAPTERRA.com/radio.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 34-year-old Maitland swim instructor has been charged with child neglect over the near death of a 3-year-old boy who slipped underwater for more than 2 minutes while under her supervision. The boy's family is suing the school for negligence. The Florida Highway Patrol says a sports utility vehicle backing out of a driveway hit and killed a 3-year-old girl who was riding a tricycle on the road. The Alachua County Health Department is warning of an unusual outbreak of the mumps with 12 cases of the illness reported. Central Florida is getting a new area code starting June 4th. Anyone getting a new cell phone or landline number in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties will get a 689 area code. Jacksonville Zoo officials are announcing the births of 4 critically endangered black and white ruffed lemurs. An Alabama woman had her high school class ring returned to her 17 years after losing it in the surf off of the Florida Panhandle. And Disney World has announced special resort rates for Florida teachers through September 3rd. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Sunshine and building clouds today and rather hot on this Friday with a high of 91 at the coast, 96 inland. Partly cloudy Friday night, low 72 inland, 77 at the coast. On Saturday, sunshine and some clouds. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in a couple of spots. The high 90 at the coast, 94 inland. Sunday, partly sunny, a high again about 90 at the coast and 94 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
In my life, I've learned an important lesson. My age doesn't define who I am. I do.
Comfort Keepers believes in the power of joy and purpose at any age.
In my life, there is a Comfort Keeper.
Comfort Keepers, elevating the human spirit.
Call 855-592-0013 to find uplifting in-home care for the senior in your life. That's 855-592-0013.
Hello, I'm Pastor David Moore of Grandview Baptist Church. You are invited to join us Sunday morning at 10:05 on WOCA. Let us together hear and feel the words that uplift and not tear down. I look forward to you joining us with Grandview Baptist Church this Sunday morning at 10:05. We are located at 233 Northeast 58th Avenue, Ocala, Florida on Baseline Road. You are welcome here.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the Villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10 a.m. on WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, beautiful Friday. Jim George is in the studio, and technology is part of our lives. We embrace it or we don't embrace it. I think one of the big reasons I didn't embrace it was because of money. You have to pay for things, right? Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Very good.
How come I don't hear you? What is the micro? There you go.
Must be that puppy
Technology.
cloud in the way.
It's that technology. I gotta turn the switch up.
Turn it up. Turn your radio on.
So how you doing?
Good, good. So I've been busy all week. It is hot out there.
Mm-hmm.
It is hot.
90% of what you do is outdoors, isn't it?
Yeah, look at it. I'm burnt up.
Yeah.
I'm burnt up. It's just really. I've been digging ditches. Had some emergency calls over the Memorial Weekend where people lost power and had to go, juggle that and make it work. And our biggest nemesis is Ocala Electric Utility reacting quick enough. They're doing everything by the book.
Mm-hmm.
When there's an emergency, you got to kind of fold that page back. You just got to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to, oh, no, if it doesn't have this, you can't do that. And so there's people with no electricity,
Mm-hmm.
no air conditioning, no nothing. You can't do it by the book. You got to send somebody out here.
Did you happen to hear the story? And without looking at it, I know there's probably going to be more questions than I have answers to, but the story was out in California. They decided to cut people's electricity intermittently to prevent wildfires. Can you explain that? Why?
Wildfires.
Yeah, can you explain why?
Well, it could be maybe. So we have rolling brownouts and we have rolling blackouts. Florida does.
Because of different reasons, though, not because of fires.
Yeah, but not for fires, but because of usage. The demand is too high. Maybe out there, since it goes through all those forests, you always hear about how many thousands of acres things burnt up. Could be that when there's drawing that much current, there's sparks or something like that. But I can't imagine that.
When we hear a boom, and I hear it in my neighborhood all the time,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like those power boxes explode, then the electric company comes out and they fix them, whatever.
Right.
Does that explosion present a fire threat?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I bet it does.
That's the transformer on the pole, and it's filled with oil. They basically call it transformer oil. It's a real thin oil, but that's to keep it cool, to try to keep when the electrons flow, the friction happens, and the oil is in there to try and keep it cool, and to suspend it also to keep it from touching the sides and things like that. But when they blow, if you've ever seen them blow, I mean, it's go online when you get a chance and just say, power transformer explosion.
I think you told me to do that once before, and
You will not believe it. I think I should ask you to look at arc flash.
Oh, that's right.
Arc flash is really critical to us electricians. What it is there again, there's a lot of power being drawn. All this energy is running around inside that metal can, and we come along and open the door to look inside, to see what breaker is blown or whatever, and that energy comes out at us, and it'll kill you.
So if somebody was standing near one of those things, it would kill them?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Burn them up.
Yeah.
Burn them bad.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd have to look at those photos of arc flash or videos of arc flash and videos of power transformer explosion.
Wow. So are they always up on a pole? Because I think in my neighborhood they're down on the ground in those square boxes.
They do have them on the ground.
Okay.
Palms has them on the ground. A few other ones have them on the ground. On the ground's a little bit more safer because there's nothing to explode and come down on you.
Oh, yeah.
They can explode, but they'll just, they're designed to stay inside that cylinder. It's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The cylinder's in the air. It's not necessarily designed to keep it enclosed.
How do we know how many houses or units are allowed on one transformer?
Well, it's all been engineered by the county or state. Just as myself, when I do an RV park, I have to do a load calculations, and I have to tell them what size wire I'm using, whether it's aluminum or copper, how long the run is, how many homes or RVs or whatever are going to be hooked to it, and then I do my calculations, and then the permit office puts it in for what's called permit review, and they recalculate it, and they'll either come back and say, okay, your calculations are fine, we'll let it go, or no, you cannot do this according to code so-and-so. But in a lot of the older areas where there may have been, 30 homes, and now there's 100 homes, then those transformers are stressed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not designed for that. So even at Arrowhead Campground, we've had them take 4 transformers out that were 2.5 kW, that's 1,000 watts.
Oh, okay.
And put in 7.5 kWs because
Okay.
the new RVs are no longer, let's say, 30 amp RVs, are now 50 amp RVs. And I just read an article just yesterday, as a matter of fact, where one guy who's on the board of directors for all these power companies said it looks like some of the RVs are coming through with almost a 100 amp need and not a 50 amp need. Because what happens is they'll put a window shaker, an air conditioner in the window of an RV.
Window shaker.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
And so not only were they drawing 50 amps before that, but now they're drawing like 70 amps. Well, the wire underground is only good for 50. So when you tax it, then it taxes the breaker and puts pressure on it. And we had an RV that the day before Memorial Day, the problem we had was a gentleman plugged in his RV, but he turned the air conditioner on, and it didn't blow his little 30 amp breaker. It blew the 200 amp main.
Oh my!
And so the breakers are so old, they're not breaking, so it puts stress on the main breaker, the 200 amp breaker. So 15 coaches had no power. So we had to come out and reset it, and he did it again, and it blew the breaker again.
Oh.
So what we did is, by trial and error, knew it was him, and said, okay, you just can't turn on your extra air conditioner. You can have the one that came with it, that's been designed for it, factory place, the breaker. But the real problem was that 30 amp breaker should have popped. So we had to change that 30 amp breaker. Now if he turns it on, that'll break his breaker, but not break the main where everybody is off.
Oh, wow. That's great detective work on your part.
And that's what the transformer's doing. It's trying to, deliver all the load it can. But you tax it too much, it will explode.
Wow.
And it's beautiful.
That was interesting. That was interesting to hear how you were able to trace it down. We have a phone call. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Jim George.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Say, if you cancel your cable contract, are they required to come out and remove those cables and ground?
No. That's it.
No more to it. The answer is no.
No.
Do those cables how deep do those cables have to be in the ground? Is there a certain rule on that?
No, so basically when you contract to, let's say, DirecTV, and they put a dish either on the eave of your house or on a pole next to your house, you gave them permission by contracting for them to run wires, for you. When you disconnect, you may have to send the box back in, but you keep the dish, you keep the wires, you keep everything. If you're with Cox or some other company like that, and they ran wires exposed, and you cancel, then there again, you just give them back the box. All that was done on your house belongs to you.
Wow.
Okay. I was going to say real quick, in our subdivision, which is wonderful, we have all the electric is in the ground, underground, and that's great. Living down here in Florida with lightning and hurricanes and everything, you think that there would be more of that down here, but wherever you go, you see these stupid telephone poles all over the place, and usually when there's a bad storm, that's always a problem. Do you think eventually that they're going to go underground with electric?
The design criteria would be almost what Larry reported on this morning, where the power plant's getting ready to rebuild. It would cost billions of dollars. And the engineering would be a big feat, because you have the big transmission lines that carry tens of thousands of volts. And then you have the little sub-feeders that may carry 1 to 2,000 volts. And then you have the drops that come to your house that carry 200 volts. And all that would have to be redesigned and dug up, and there's driveways and trees. And it would be a massive. That's why only the new developments are being forced to go underground.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to us here, and we're so fortunate to a great extent when the electricity goes out in this side of town due to hurricane or whatever. We're usually in pretty good shape over here, although the wires are above outside of us. But basically speaking, we're usually the first ones back. We never go off power during a storm.
Yes, no, it's good. Underground is better, but keep in mind, call before you dig. 811. Call if you open up any old phone book. You'll say call before you dig. 811.
Yes, we always do. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
And where does that go when you call 811?
It goes to a universal answering service that basically asks you what it is you're trying to do. You give them your name, address. You also give them a telephone number, and then they will send out an email, a text, or whatever to every utility company: water, sewer, everybody's saying this guy's planning on digging, go mark your wires. So all of a sudden you're going to see some blue wires in your yard. That's the water. You're going to see some orange wire. That's telecommunications, phone, cable TV. You're going to see some red lines, spray paint. That's the electric. Your whole yard is going to be lit up if you're underground, showing you. Or if you see no paint on the ground at all, you're free.
Wow. And is that the same as like when I'm driving down the road, I see all these arrows on curbs and they're different colors?
Yes, that's
Or in
it.
this parking lot.
Yeah.
Or in the parking lot.
Yeah.
They're locating where everything's going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is pretty amazing. I mean, how does anybody not be confused by that? All of you professionals.
We are confused by it. We just we that's why we basically just do our own. In other words, the water company could care less where the sewer or anything else is. Let's say sewer. Chances are the water company wants sewer, but electric and telecommunication. But when they have a problem and they have to dig, they have to have us locate. Because they could be digging down to fix a sewer and cut like 144 different fibers. And those 144 fibers might take all of Ocala out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
And then it might take a day and a half working 24 hours a day around the clock to fix it. And that bill could be tens of thousands of dollars, not just hundreds of dollars.
Do you ever have to go to somebody's home who has done a do-it-yourself job and you had to fix whatever they messed up?
Well, we do it every day.
Yeah?
Every day. When Radio Shack was alive and well, they would buy their own little splitter at Radio Shack, their own connector, and our system would actually crash, because there's interference.
Oh no! Okay.
And we would track it down little by little. All of a sudden, we would find that house by disconnecting that person, and then when we go into the house, we see all this make-believe stuff, and we go, no, that's got to come out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, you do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning, Jim. This is Sonny calling. This is why it's so expensive to put anything new underground, especially in existing existing developments.
Yes.
Because of what you might run across, and I've seen it when I was working for a utility that I worked for. That there were a lot of instances where there were things underground that nobody knew about. And believe me, you can really have some heck of a time with that. The only other thing, too, is when these transformers on the ground, they can explode just like the ones up on the poles. And when they take off, it's almost, some of them are like a bomb going off.
Yes.
And one of the big things that I can remember coming across is when does the ground become a neutral and the neutral become ground? And you're playing with your life if you think, oh well, that's a neutral and then that's it, because the neutral will carry almost the exact same voltage or maybe double the voltage as the cable in there, especially if it's like a 220 type of setup.
Yes.
And it's really still boggles my mind, and I worked 30 years for a utility. Anyway, guys, have a great day, have a great weekend, and thank you so much for the programming. And this is a program is a good reminder of if you got a question, stop.
Yeah,
You got to make sure you know what you're doing. If you're not sure, stop.
Call before you dig. Even a tree,
Absolutely, yeah.
People want to put a tree in their yard, and they'll dig down. They'll cut phone wires.
I bet.
Everything.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And what they thought was going to be 1, 2, 3, and cut, it's terrible for them.
I had that happen to me. My neighbor decided to put up a garden, or put in a garden, whatever. And he didn't even know it. He cut my cable, and I had no cable, and I didn't know why. And when you call the tech support, they said, well, do this, do that, do this. And I'm doing everything I can do. And it was so frustrating because I was trying to tell them there's nothing coming in, but they had to go through their signal stuff, whatever. So
Yep, they have to go through the numbers because to dispatch a person, and it could be you had a light switch and you didn't realize that light
Could be
switch
something
controlled that
simple.
outlet.
Yeah, right.
And here you're unplugging, you're doing everything, and the light switch just turned off.
Yeah, could be.
I have a couple of friends that live in an apartment complex that's 2 floors that's been here in Ocala since like the 50s. They had all the air conditioning units on top, and now they're all getting air conditioning units on the bottom, and they're, pushing off the air conditioning units on top. How do you
pushing them off
wire something like that when you put the new ones in there for a 2-story and they're on the ground?
Yeah, if it's an air conditioning unit that is per unit, like each unit has its own air conditioning unit.
Yeah, they do.
Then that means it's connected to their own meter.
Window shaker.
Their own meter. And so they're paying for it. When you take them off the room and put them on the ground, then you got to figure out, how do I get the wire that leaves that meter to feed that unit and come back again into the panel. In other words, it's always a round trip. Sonny alluded to it. That's where the neutral comes in. It's a round trip. And so it's difficult, very difficult. And a lot of times there's wire, outside pipes exposed on the outside of the building. We have to go up to where the wires were, come all the way back down to where the air conditioner is now. And it's ugly.
Oh, okay.
If you would like to call Jim and talk about technology or ask a question about your computer, your cable, anything electrical or that sort of thing, the number is 622-9622. And, of course, you can call Jim at ACS Group at, is it 854?
Yep.
854-9795.
Yep.
Are you completely independent, or do you have another, are you a subsidiary of a bigger company?
No, we're independent. I'm trying to get my nephew to take over the company so I can concentrate on my IPTV. He wants to, but he's been dragging his feet. And during the summer, I don't want him to. I approached him way back in January. It was nice and cool. And now I'm out doing all the digging and everything. I said, "You're supposed to be here to take over."
Jim, what is your vision for IPTV? What will we see when that happens?
Well, the technology is really in the box. Anybody who has cable TV or anything, they're going to see exactly what they saw before, the CNNs, the Fox News networks. The difference is going to be that they can record every channel at the same time. They're not limited to 4-channel recording or 8-channel recording. So that's the one thing. The other thing they'll see is that the box records every channel, whether they do or not, for 72 hours. So if they missed something, you were out of town, you had to go somewhere, you got back and said, I missed something I wanted to see. You go to that channel and you back up anyway. And it's there because we recorded it for you for 72 hours. After 72 hours, it just records over itself. So those are some of the features. The other feature is what we call a la carte. And basically, you don't want to watch MTV or VH1 or any of those music channels. You don't want to watch it, and yet you're paying, let's say, $100 a month for cable TV. I don't know the figure. I'll throw it out there. And it's full of those channels. Well, when you have the box, there'll be, you could say, I want you to turn off every channel except these 6. Now, if I do that, what would it cost me? And so their bill might go from $100 down to $20, and they say, that's it. That's what I want. I want just the box. I want to be able to record. I want all the features, but I only want to watch these 6. We have people in Ocala Palms who tell us that they never take their TV off of Channel 2.
Oh.
They're from the Orlando area. They moved up here.
I'm kind of that way too. There's not too many channels I care about.
Yeah, they just leave it on. They wake up with 2. They say they go to bed. And so if 2 is off the air for some reason, and a lot of times it is because in order to get Orlando channels up here, we have to go through repeaters. So Orlando sends it, let's say, to Altamont Springs. Altamont Springs sends it maybe to Leesburg. Leesburg then sends it to us.
Oh.
And so those hops, if anything happens in those hops, Channel 2 goes off. And it could be atmospheric conditions, it could, which is weather. It could be power that went off in Altamont Springs and it went down. And people call us and say, NBC Channel 2 went off the air. And, it's beyond our control.
Well, is that how those EAS systems work then? That they always just break in to your TV unexpectedly?
Well, that's usually the NOAA, North American or North Atlantic Ocean something alert system, and that's a burst of signal at one time, and then the video crawl you see was received and stopped. TV is continuous.
Oh.
It's always got to be there. If it was discontinued for even a half a minute, you would lose everything until it rebooted itself and came back up. That's why we always tell people, if you're missing a channel, rescan your TV. Because after a while, the TV didn't see it, and it said, okay, there's no such channel as 32.
My.
And yet 32 comes back on, and they say, no, I still can't get it. Well, go to menu, go down the channels, go down the cable, go down the scan, hit it, and they say, oh, okay, it's back.
My mother had a problem, not that problem, but a problem similar all the time. And I think what happened in her place was when the electricity went off, all of the channels disappeared, and she only had 2 through 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would always say, can you fix the TV? I can't get my channels, because she liked whatever the higher end channel. And all I had to do was, like you just said, just go to, find the channels and identify them or whatever. Yeah. It was really a simple process, but it was something she never knew how to do.
Yeah, and that's true of anybody. Like we serve a retirement community, Ocala Palms, and they're the same way. Why do I have to always, and of course it's not always, but they make it seem like it's always, having to rescan my TV. I mean, the channel was there, the day before yesterday. I didn't look at it.
Yeah.
Well, when it went out for a brief time. It could be 1 hour, it could be 5 hours. We don't know. They weren't watching it when it went out. It just went out. The TV set did not see it and decided, okay, in order to save energy, in order to do this, we're just going to eliminate it. And then you want to go back to it, and it's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And some TVs will not receive certain digital channels. I mean, we have people out there that have, let's say, 3 different sets in their home. They'll have a Panasonic in the living room, a Sony in the bedroom, and maybe a Motorola in the lanai.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say that one of the bedroom gets everything, but the other ones don't get this and don't get that.
And they're on the same box?
They're different boxes. I mean, same model, but 3 of them. But it has nothing to do with the box. It has to do with the TV. Some TVs, whether they're newer or older, have technology that might be new or old. I mean, you could buy a brand new TV today that might have 2017 technology in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's new to you, but it was sitting in the warehouse for a year and a half.
Oh.
So the bottom line is it won't work.
Well, and that's what happened with these phones, right? Our phones became outdated, and we needed to put new ones in. And I don't remember phones ever going obsolete when I was a kid.
Analog phones won't go obsolete. The digital ones, they go obsolete all the time because the features, like the set-top box, are built into the phone. And some of those features are now part of this program or part of that program. And so when you change your phones or you change your carrier, he doesn't have individual little functions. He has one function that does 10 things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And I have a phone call. We just have a couple minutes. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning. This is Sonny calling back. Jim, this is what I learned over the years. There's no such thing as a stupid question, only a stupid answer. Again, have a great weekend, everybody. Bye now.
I don't know. Did I ask a stupid one? I might have. I do that.
All right. So it's a beautiful day. So what's happening this weekend? Anything up and running?
The only thing I would like to squeeze in is the fact that you can go paint and help out the Vets Helping Vets.
Go paint? You mean like paint the building? Or
on
what?
Wednesday, paint the picture.
Okay.
There's a teacher that will be there to show you what to do, and you don't have to be really good at it. It's just fun, and you eat and you drink wine, and
they have all the supplies
or
there.
ginger ale, and they have prizes, and it's kind of fun.
Drink enough wine, you'll paint anything.
And you hang out. You hang out with a bunch of pretty ladies too, because I did it one time. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I thought you were going to hang out with a bunch of veterans. I'll say,
well, that might be. I'm not sure.
But it's Wednesday.
Enjoy your weekend,
That's
Jim.
Great. I will. Thank you.
Thank you for always doing the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's always fun.
All right, you guys have a great time then.
We always appreciate you, Jim.
So 4th of July is only like a month and a half away, man.
I know, it's coming up.
We got to do something. Party.
There you go.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Yep, we're close.
I'll call Craig and
I asked my wife to check all her voicemails, check everything.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says in 10 days he'll hit Mexican imports with 5% tariffs if more isn't done there to stop illegal immigration here.
White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says it'll go up to 10% on July 1st and then
15% on August 1st,